Hey, what's happening? You're looking great, dude. You're looking good. Except for that.
The football crew it. First time in my life I had facial hair, and I'm kidding. Once it's gone, it's never coming back.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Harrisburg High School. It's Dave McKenzie flying solo tonight, getting ready to bring you Carterville Lions basketball here. A river-to-river conference matchup here this evening for the Carterville Lions after their win last night on the road at Chester, 52-41. These two teams met back in early January, actually January 2nd. And the Carterville Lions picked up a nice win, 73-44 in that win. This game tonight featuring the Carterville Lions, who, with the win at Chester last night, picked up win number 24 on the season. They are 24-3. They are 4-1 in conference play here in the Ohio Division tonight. Of course, Coach Shane Hawkins, in his 10th season, comes into tonight with a record of 166-128. And something interesting I saw today, looking at this is the 70th year of Carterville Lions basketball in the state of Illinois. And with the wins of the season for the Lions, they're above 500 with a record of 927 and 913. Just thought I would throw that in. It was nice of Harrisburg tonight to host the car wash for everybody in attendance, as we got a nice little rain shower over here to take care of some of that salt grime that was on the vehicles. But we've got both teams that are here on the floor going through their warm-ups, and it's going to be a unique look for us here tonight here at Harrisburg as we're set up on the sideline here on the floor. So if you're going to watch the stream, then that's the look that you're going to have throughout the game tonight. We're glad to have you with us here. Carterville, of course, last night, as we mentioned, they get the win on the road at Chester from the Mississippi side of the state. And in that game last night, they were led by the 11 points, led by Maddox Gully in scoring last night in that win at Chester. We're going to go on and take our first break here on our pregame show. And when we come back, you're going to hear from the head coach of the Carterville Lions. Had a chance to talk to Shane Hawkins moments ago. That's coming up next here on News Radio WJPF.
it's fast, and you're gonna wake up on Saturday morning. You got one regular season game left. And we talk about it all the time with our guys. We talk about it here. It's a long season, but man, it goes fast because you're playing every 3 days, or if you're lucky, you get 4 or 5 days off in between. But it seems like you're always in prep mode, or you're always on game day, and it's time. This is what you get to the last couple of weeks of whatever season you're in, and this is when it's supposed to be fun, especially when you're having a good season and you've got a lot of things to play for. And, we got 3 conference championship games left tonight, and then Friday night. So, our interest should be peaked. Our passion and enthusiasm should be at a high level, because there's a lot of teams that aren't playing for championships, and we're a team right now that's got a lot to play for. So, hopefully, we have high level energy tonight, and then I think a lot of times if you have high energy and you have some passion, and a lot of times that will dictate how well you play.
You're coming off a win last night at Chester, 52-41, and coming back over here back-to-back nights. How was the team today? And
we've been good. I think we're tired, and we've talked about it. We've given guys we've taken more days off this year than we've ever taken off, and just to try to keep bodies and mind fresh. But you get to that point, it's middle of February, and you watch. There's going to be a couple college teams this week or next that are going to go lose a couple games that maybe they shouldn't lose, just because that they've hit that wall. And once you hit that wall, then you either go one of 2 ways. You either bounce out of it and you get really strong and you're able to have a pretty good finish, or you just can never recover from that wall and you can continue to slide. So hopefully we're getting to that point where we're going to fight through that wall a little bit, and hopefully we're going to take a big step forward here tonight.
In your playing days, you were a shooter, stone cold shooter, by the way. But we're seeing with this Lions team right now, shooting's just not as sharp as it was earlier in the season. I've always been told that when you're tired, the first thing to go is your legs.
Right.
And is that what maybe we might be seeing a little bit?
I think legs and mind. I think a lot of it's mental too, and then it's you miss a couple, and you maybe missed the first couple because of your legs and you're tired and fatigue, and then you miss the next 3 because it's your mind. You're worried about the last 2 that you missed. So I think it kind of it works hand in hand both ways, but you're always one shot away. You're one shot away from ending that slump, and seeing that ball go through the hoop does a lot for your mental approach. And again, we talk about it all the time. The harder you play, the better you're going to play, and the harder you play, the better more things are going to happen for you. And just got to get back to that. I didn't think we didn't play hard last night, but I didn't think it was off the charts hard. I didn't think it was championship level hard. And we were still able to find a way to win. So hopefully tonight we're going to start ramping it back up, and we have the understanding that we're playing for a conference championship, and hopefully that will motivate us a little bit tonight.
One of the things that we're seeing here tonight, we're playing against a Harrisburg team that has struggled this year.
Right. 5
wins. They're a different team than what we're used to seeing out of the Bulldogs.
Right.
What do you know about this team tonight?
Yeah, it's the same team it was when we saw them January 2nd or whatever it was, and that's when they were it was a struggle for them. Murphy had just quit before that, so that was their first game without their leading scorer. So it's they've had the last 12 or 13 games to play together without him, which obviously has helped. It's just been a struggle for him, and sometimes when you get off to a bad start and bad things happen, sometimes that snowball just keeps getting bigger and bigger as it goes down the hill, and you can't ever recover from it. It's nobody thought they were going to be at the middle of February with 5 wins, them or us, but that's the way they are. And we've talked about it. This will make their season. This will make their season if they can knock off one of the top teams in the state and one of the top teams in the area. It will make their season. So again, our mental approach has to be right. We have to come and throw punches and not be passive. And if we're aggressive, set the tone early and get a little bit of momentum on our side.
Good luck tonight, Coach.
All right, we'll appreciate it.
Thank you. Coach Shane Hawkins joining us on our pregame show here tonight from Harrisburg. And, we were talking there at the very end about this Harrisburg team. It's just weird seeing a Harrisburg team that's down like they are this year. Only 5 wins on the season. As a matter of fact, they come in tonight riding a 5-game losing streak. Losses to Fairfield, Mount Vernon, Carmi, White County, Benton, and Massac. Their last win came back in January on the 17th when they got a 41-39 win over Gallatin County. But tonight it's Carterville, and they just need to take care of business. Hopefully tonight we're going to see some better shooting out of the Carterville Lions than we saw last night on the road at Chester, and maybe they can get things going here this evening from an offensive standpoint. We're going to go on and take another break here on our pregame show. When we come back, we'll continue. It's the Carterville Lions on the road at Harrisburg here tonight on News Radio WJPF. Back at Harrisburg, Dave McKenzie by myself tonight. John Homan on assignment, working another game this evening. And both teams are made their way back out onto the floor for their final shoot-around. Coach Shane Hawkins comes out to high-five his squad as they come to the bench here at Harrisburg on this Tuesday night matchup between the Carterville Lions and the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Live stream is up and running. You can head to YouTube and just search Carterville Lions at Harrisburg, and that will take you right to the broadcast. We're going to go on and take our final break here on our pregame show. When we come back, it's the starting lineups and the tip-off here as the Carterville Lions face the Harrisburg Bulldogs on News Radio WJPF. Well done by the Harrisburg band tonight on the national anthem as we are getting you set for the starting lineups. And the tip-off, and the Carterville Lions, being on the road tonight, are wearing their road grays. And getting introduced first here, of course, Coach Shane Hawkins going with his 5'9" sophomore guard, Max Lustenberger, averaging 7.3 points per ball game. Zach Snow, number 20, the 6'1" junior guard, averaging 10.9 a game. The 6'4" senior guard, number 21, Colton Hawkins, averaging 15 points a ball game. Maddox Gully, the 5'10" junior guard, averaging 12 a game. And finally, down low, Harper Lustenberger, the 6'2" sophomore, who averages 10.6 points per ball game. Max Lustenberger, Zach Snow, Colton Hawkins, Maddox Gully, Harper Lustenberger, the starting five for your Carterville Lions, as the Lion cheerleaders greet the fans from Carterville who are sitting directly behind us. A unique view here at Harrisburg. Love it when we get to sit down low here, and usually I try to get that high shot. There's the Wyatt Drake press box here at Harrisburg, and usually we'll set up there, but tonight thought we'll give this a shot and see how it does from being on the floor. So a little different perspective for you here tonight for Carterville Lions basketball, as the Bulldogs are being introduced here this evening. The 5'10" junior guard, number 12, Nash Vallette. In the last meeting against the Lions, he had 11 points. Grayson Stafford, the 5'11" senior guard, who had 9 points in that matchup back in January. Also, Aiden Hankins. Hankins, the 5'10" junior guard, who had 8 points. Brendan Davis, the 6'3" senior forward. And finally, it's going to be Gage Thomas, the 6'5" senior forward for the Harrisburg Bulldogs and Coach Andy Fehrenbacher. So Vallette, Stafford, Davis, Thomas, and Hankins, the starting five for the 5-17 Harrisburg Bulldogs, who are 0-5 in conference play. Carterville trying to pick up their 25th win of the season tonight here on the road at Harrisburg. They are 24-3. They are 4-1 in Ohio Division river-to-river conference play. As we have the officials that are coming to midcourt, Harrisburg breaks the huddle first, and as usual, Carterville the last to break the huddle, as they are all circled around head coach Shane Hawkins and are making their way to center court now. We're glad to have you, and thank you for tuning in to Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF, as it's going to be Gage Thomas going up against Zach Snow for the center jump. Ball's tipped around, and the Carterville Lions controlled the tip, moving right to left here on your radio dial. It's Maddox Gully who works it over to the left side, and they feed the post down to Hawkins. He winds up with it, gets down the paint. Little floater was a little short, and the rebound is grabbed by Brendan Davis of the Bulldogs, as the ball is on the floor over on the far sideline. And a foul is going to be on Colton Hawkins. Colton picks up his first personal right off the jump here. So here come the Bulldogs into the front court. Handling the basketball, Grayson Stafford. Stafford gets it to Vallette. Vallette hands it off to Hankins. Hankins brings it back to the near side to Vallette. Vallette with Snow on him. Now a switch from Harper Lustenberger defensively. Driving in, Vallette puts the floater up off the front of the iron, no good. Colton Hawkins gets the rebound for the Lions. Quickly, Maddox Gully into the front court. Here's Colton trying to feed the post. The ball was tipped, and stepping out of bounds was Max Lustenberger as he tried to save the ball from going out of bounds. And it's going to be the first turnover on the Lions. No score here, just 55 seconds into the game. Grayson Stafford, they get the ball, do the Bulldogs into the front court here to the far side. There's Stafford. Stafford with the dribble between the leg on the right wing. Feeds the high post down low. The forced pass down to Aiden Hankins. Ball's on the floor, and it's going to stay with Harrisburg. Carterville had an opportunity at it, just couldn't grab it. They kick it over to the left wing. Driving in, Hankins puts it up, and he traveled with the basketball before the shot. So turnover number 1 on the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Each team with 1 turnover here. Here comes Maddox Gully. Gully into the front court, leaves it for Hawkins. Hawkins drives in, kicks it to the corner. That's Snow. His three's no good, and the rebound is grabbed by Grayson Stafford of Harrisburg. But Hawkins steals it back in the backcourt, takes it to the hole, the bucket. The bucket's gonna count. Colton Hawkins is gonna go to the line as Grayson Stafford picks up his first personal. And Colton Hawkins now with a chance at the three-point play. And he hits the free throw. That makes it 3-0 Carterville. Carterville shows some pressure here in the backcourt, but the Bulldogs, they break the press easily. They get it in over to the left wing. Driving into the low block, kicking it out for a 3 from Grayson Stafford. Stafford hits the three-pointer, ties us up 3-3. Carterville's ball, Max Lustenberger feeds the post, that's Hawkins. Hawkins here hands it right back to Max. Max back to Colton, thought about shooting, dumps it off down low. Gully gets it, kicks it out to Snow, now to the right corner. That's Colton over toward the far corner. Dribbles out with the left hand. 5:35 remaining, 3-3 ball game here at Harrisburg. Gully whips it over to the corner to Max Lustenberger. Back to Snow. Great ball movement by the Lions. Harper, good ball fake, mid-range jumper, good for Harper Lustenberger. And we got Harper that is down on the floor, and it looks like he is holding his right ankle. I didn't see exactly what happened as he hit the floor after that jumper. But he's trying to get to his feet. And he sets down on the end of the Harrisburg bench. So here comes Amarion Adams. This is one thing that the Lions have been very, very fortunate this year in. They haven't really had to deal with any injuries. And Harper, one of the starting 5, as he's being looked at over on that far side. And we'll keep an eye on that as we go along. 5-3 is our score here. Carterville on top. The ball tipped out of bounds, last touched by the Bulldogs. 5:10 remaining. It's Bulldogs basketball. Here's Stafford now over to the far side. Brendan Davis. Davis holds, waits on the cutter at the elbow. The jumper, too strong, no good from Stafford, but it stays with the Bulldogs. Comes into the backcourt. It's being tracked down. Carterville dives after it. And it's going to be Carterville basketball. So another turnover on the Bulldogs. Their third here in this first 3.5 minutes as Harper Lustenberger continues to be looked at over on the far sideline. Coach Lane Alexander there with him. They lob the pass in here to Hawkins. Colton feeds Snow down low. Well done. Zach Snow gets the bucket. That makes it 7-3 Carterville. Coming into the front court, over to the right wing is Valad. Baseline, driving in, getting to the block, forcing the shot up, and a foul call on Carterville. It's going to be a 2-shot foul. The foul will be on Amarion Adams. It's going to be the first on Amarion. And at the line shooting free throws, Aiden Hankins. Hankins had 8 points the first time these two teams met. That was back in January. So Hankins, the 5'10 junior guard, steps up, cans both free throws. That makes it 7-5 Lions. Harrisburg showing some pressure in the backcourt. Maddox going, the point guard for the Lions. Gets it into the front court to Max, who feeds it down low to Amarion Adams. An easy bucket for Amarion. So Amarion will see some playing time now that Harper Lustenberger is still being treated over on that far sideline. 9-5 Carterville. 4:10 remaining here in this opening quarter. They skip it over to the high post. Gage Thomas. Thomas way up top. Feeds it off to the left wing to Villette. Villette gets fouled, and that's going to be Max Lustenberger that picks up his first personal. First on Max. 9-5 here with 4:01 remaining. They whip the ball up top to Laban Phelps. Phelps had 8 points the last time these two teams met as well. Over on the left wing to Weatherington. Now it's Hankins. Hankins with the right-hand dribble. Puts up the three. Good. Hankins with 5 of the 8 for the Bulldogs. 9-8. Lions with the 1-point lead. As Hawkins tried to feed the post. Was tipped and hits off the backboard, and the Bulldogs come away with it. Driving in, Weatherington high off the glass, no good. Rebound is ripped out, and a foul is going to be called. Weatherington picks up his first. And so Carterville has the 1-point lead. Here comes Maddox going into the front court. Brings it here to right to the paint. Feeds Adams. Little mid-range jumper's good from Amarion. 4 in the game for Amarion. And it makes it 11-8 Carterville as they bring it into the front court. Over to the far side. Villette dribbles around toward the baseline. Cut off there, a little double team by the Lions defense. Holding the ball now is Brendan Davis. He gets free, takes it to the glass. Last touched out of bounds off of the Carterville Lions on that drive from Brendan Davis. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. And Max Lustenberger picks up his second personal foul. So Johnny Miller coming into the game for the Lions. You see Max Lustenberger down on the end of the bench being looked at. Harrisburg lobs it in, and the pass is picked off. 4th turnover on the Bulldogs. Here's Snow off the glass. The runner's good for Zach Snow. 4 in the game for Zach, and we have a timeout on the floor here with 2:34 remaining. The Lions are on top, 13-8. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll be back on News Radio WJPF. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Malone's Early Learning Center in Carterville, offering programs for infants to school-age children, as well as pre-K and Head Start. It's the best care anywhere. Coming out of the timeout, Harrisburg basketball, as they bring it into the front court. With the dribble is Weatherington. Quest dishes it off now to Villette. Villette drives around to the right side, on the right wing inside the arc, kicks it out now to Hankins. Now gets it back to Villette. Villette to the left side of the block. Little fadeaway jumper, no good. Long rebound is grabbed by Zach Snow for Carterville. Colton Hawkins breaks the timeline into the front court. Here's Adams, high post for Amarion. Right back to Colton around the screen from Adams. He takes it to the hole, forces it up. Shot was blocked. Good block, though, from Gage Thomas for the Bulldogs. Into the front court over Weatherington. Weatherington with the right-hand dribble to Hankins. Hankins left side, 3 from the corner. In and out, no good. Amarion Adams, and over the back is going to be called. on Gage Thomas. That's going to be the first on Thomas. So with 1:42 remaining, Carterville has the 5-point lead. 13-8. Laban Phelps checks back into the game. Going out of the game for Harrisburg is Nash Villette. He takes a bench over on the far sideline. So Colton Hawkins had his pass blocked. He was trying to feed the cutter. Comes right back to him. He puts it up off the glass. Yes, it's going to go for Colton Hawkins. Stafford picks up his second of Harrisburg. So Colton, he's got 5 points here so far at the line. Comes to the game shooting 75% from the stripe on the season. Colton's and one, no good, and Harrisburg gets the rebound. That was grabbed by Laban Phelps. Phelps brings it into the front court. Leaves it for Hankins. Hankins challenged there. Maddox Gully steals it from him. 5th turnover on the Bulldogs. They get it to Snow here in the front court. Hawkins thought about the three. Ball fake. Drives into the elbow. Takes it to the glass. Off the glass and good for Colton Hawkins. Colton was 7. And a 17-8 lead for the Lions with 55 seconds remaining here in the game. Hankins has it. Top of the key, left side to Weatherington. Weatherington's mid-range off the side of the backboard, but a foul is called on Johnny Miller. Johnny picks up his first. And so now Quest Weatherington, the 6-foot sophomore guard, goes to the free throw line. He wears number 4. Had 2 points when last time these two teams met. And his free throw well off the mark. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Stephen Rich's Barber Styling for men, women, and children, offering cuts, styling, and perming. Walk-ins are welcome on South Division Street in Harrisburg. 46 seconds remaining. Second free throw from Weatherington is good. 17-9 now with 40 seconds remaining. Here comes Maddox Gully over on the far side. Brings it top of the key, crossover dribble. Dante Wilson in the game, takes it. Now it's Miller to Wilson. Near side here to Gully. Maddox drives inside the arc, now dips it back out to Wilson, over to Johnny Miller. 21 on the shot clock. Carterville on top, 17-9 with 17 on the clock. Amarion Adams to Gully. Maddox around Amarion. Trying to get to the glass, backs it up, jabs in. 8 on the shot on the game clock. Adams way out high, dribbled the ball off his foot. Ball's on the floor. Zach Snow has to retrieve it. Battle, scramble for the ball. They get it to Gage Thomas, who cannot get the shot to go before the buzzer. And the Carterville Lions, they lead Harrisburg 17-9 here at the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a break. When we come back, second quarter action is coming up next on News Radio WJPF. Sorry, folks, about the mute being on. I apologize. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Ralph's Small Engine, Highway 51 south of Eltville. The demo unit sales going on right now where you can save thousands on remaining commercial demo units only while supplies last. 2.5 remaining here at Harrisburg. Carterville up 4 points, 20-16. When you look at the scoring, it's the 7 points from Colton Hawkins leading the way. For the Lions, Aiden Hankins with 10 to lead the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Bulldogs have the ball coming out of the timeout. Into the game now, Cam Ward for Harrisburg. He drives, puts the shot up, air ball. Zach Snow grabs it out of the air. Here come the Lions. Gully over to the far side. Pulls up, finds Snow. Now it's Hawkins, ball fake. Kicks it out to Snow. Miller gets a touch now to Gully. Gully drives into the paint, to the block, got wrapped right there. We'll see, there's a couple of players. Is it Weatherington? But no, it's going to be Gage Thomas. That's number 2 on Gage, so Maddox Gully goes to the line for the Lions. Maddox really struggling from the free throw line this year. 52% on the season, and you can tell the frustration. He just is all knotted up when he goes to the line. Trying so hard. That one rims out as well. And the ball last touched by the Carterville Lions. Max Davidson comes in for the Bulldogs. So just 2 minutes remaining. Carterville still that 4-point lead. Carterville gets the trap up top. Can they get the turnover? No. Hankins comes and gets it over to the right side with the basketball. There's Davidson. Davidson drives in, got free, got the runner. Comes into the game and picks up a nice field goal for the Bulldogs. Makes it a 2-point game. Carterville on top, 20-18 here at Davidson Gymnasium. Davenport Gymnasium. Snow the other way for Carterville, though. 8 in the game for Zach. 23-18. 3 the other way for the Bulldogs. Johnny Miller, nice rebound, but taken away by Cam Ward. His shot blocked by Adams. Miller gets it, and a foul is called on the Harrisburg Bulldogs, and that may be on Max Davidson. It is the first on Max. So going to the line is going to be Johnny Miller for Carterville. Johnny trying to pick up his first point of the game. And Carterville on the season, we mentioned this earlier, 67% free throw shooter. So the second from Miller. And that one is too strong as well. So Gully misses 2. Johnny Miller misses 2. And that's something the Lions are going to have to do much better, especially once we get into postseason play. They tried to feed the post, and good hands out there by Johnny Miller. I believe they got the tip. Carterville gets the turnover and have the ball into the front court. Hawkins, 4-3, way off the mark, no good. Rebound. And a foul is called on Amarion Adams. Amarion picks up number 2. So here comes Dante Wilson. Dante's gonna get Amarion. 47 seconds remaining here in this first half. Carterville led 17-9 and have only scored 6 points here in this second quarter. Harrisburg has scored 9. Cam Ward, bounce pass up top to Villette. Villette dribbles around to the left side and gets it to Davidson. Back to Cam Ward. Cam Ward to the hole, got fouled, hits the floor. Dante Wilson is going to pick up the personal foul. So Cam Ward, the junior guard, stands 6'3", comes to the free throw line. Cam's free throw is good. That's his first point of the game. Cam had 2 points for the Bulldogs back January 2nd, last these two teams met. So Ward, second free throw coming, spins it in the left hand. Free throw's good. 2 for Cam Ward. 3-point lead for Carterville. They're up 23-20. 20 seconds remaining. Lions look to hold for the final shot. Shane Hawkins leans against the scorer's table over on the far side. Gully around the top here with 9 seconds. 7 seconds, feeds it to Colton Hawkins. 5 seconds, Hawkins trying to get free, puts the shot up, the foul, and Colton will go to the line as the foul is going to be on Aiden Hankins. Colton got that shot earlier, and that call wasn't made. He gets the call here as Hankins picks up number 2. And the clock stopped here with 2 seconds remaining as Hawkins' free throw is good. Colton averaging 15 a game. He's got 8 here in the first half. So Colton, the 1,000-point scorer, cans both free throws. 9 for Colton, and Harrisburg cannot get anything going as the clock expires and the Carterville Lions lead the Harrisburg Bulldogs 25-20 as we head to halftime. Lions on top, 25-20. We will return here. This halftime report is brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson in the city of Carterville, reminding you to drive carefully in the construction zones in town, one of those being North Division Street, right by the fire department at Anderson Street. Also, pay attention if you see any of the water main replacement taking place around the city of Nashville, of Carterville, excuse me. Mayor Brad Robinson and the city of Carterville say, let's go Lions. Stay with us. Halftime report is next on News Radio, WJPF. Halftime at Davenport Gymnasium. Dave McKenzie with you here on a Tuesday night where the Carterville Lions lead the Harrisburg Bulldogs 25-20 here at halftime. And Carterville led 17-9 at the end of the first quarter. They only score 7 points here in, 8 points here in this second quarter. And that's where we stand, 25-20 here at Harrisburg. When you look at the scoring first, we'll start first with the Harrisburg Bulldogs, led by the 10 points from Aiden Hankins. He had 5 in each quarter. You have 2 from Gage Thomas. You have 3 from Grayson Stafford, 2 from Max Davidson, and 2 from Cam Ward, and 1 point from Quest Weatherington. That accounts for the 20 points scored by the Harrisburg Bulldogs. When you look at Carterville, they are led by the 9 points from Colton Hawkins. Zach Snow with 8 first half points, 4 from Amarion Adams. Of course, if you missed it, Harper Lustenberger went down with an ankle injury after he made a field goal. He has 2 points here, and he has not come back into the game. 2 for Maddox Gully in the first half, and that's it for Carterville as the Lions lead the Harrisburg Bulldogs 25-20 here at half. When you look at the turnovers, Harrisburg had 8 first half turnovers. Carterville has only turned the ball over 4 times in the games. The Lions lead it here 25-20. Don't forget, Lions are going to be back in action coming up on Friday nights when the Massac County Patriots come to Carterville High School, another big conference game. On Tuesday of next week, the Lions are going to wrap up the regular season when they host the Murfreesboro Red Devils. Now, regional pairings are set to be released by the IHSA. We should see those around 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon. Speculation at this point is that Carterville will be going to the Massac County Regional, but we'll see the pairings when they come out on Friday afternoon around 4 o'clock. We'll have all of that for you during the game Friday evening. 25-20 is the score here at Davenport Gymnasium in Harrisburg. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue with some score updates from around the region here on our halftime report on News Radio WJPF. Taking a look at some scores from around the region tonight as they come in. After one, Carbondale leads Murfreesboro 12-7. Girls play, it is Marion over Massac County 24-16. Taking a look at some other scores from around the region. We'll start first with some Black Diamond scores this evening. Edwards County leads Flora 25-19 at the half. Goreville is doubled up, more than doubled up. Ziegler Royalton 49-20. Let's see here. Couple other scores. Let's see if we've got those here. I guess that's really it of all the games that we have so far this evening. I can see that scores have been updated. Carterville leads this one 25-20 here at Davenport Gymnasium as the Harrisburg Bulldogs are the first team out of the locker room. We're going to go on and take our final break on our halftime report. And when we come back, we've got second half action next here on News Radio WJPF. Go 90 if you would, please, Brian. Everybody online, thank you for watching. Yeah, you can do two, that's fine.
What are they shooting, like 20%?
It's terrible.
Free throws has got to be like 10.
We're shooting 50% on the season. 64%. It's bad. $25-20 is our score here at Davenport Gymnasium. Dave McKenzie, glad to have you with us here on News Radio WJPF. Harrisburg, who is 5-17 overall. The Carterville Lions 24-3. And Carterville has that 5-point lead coming out of the halftime break. Carterville makes their way to the floor. It's going to be Carterville basketball. And they're going to be moving right to left here on your radio dial. Colton Hawkins steps in front of us here at our location at Davenport Gymnasium. And we are underway here in the second half. Carterville to the right corner to Snow. Hawkins winds up free for the three off the right wing. Amarion Adams, the putback, as he jams it home between the backboard and the rim. 6 in the game tonight for Amarion Adams. So here are the Bulldogs into the front court. Here on the near side. They work it up top to Villette. Villette drives into the right side, reverses back out, skips it here near side. Hankins kicks it to the corner, back to Hankins. Aiden back to the left corner. 27-20, Lions up 7. Trying to tip the ball, get the ball down low. Carterville gets the steal. The runner the other way, Zach Snow gets fouled as he goes to the hole. And the foul is going to be on Aiden Hankins, who just picked up his 3rd personal. And Zach Snow can shoot some free throws. Zach with 8 points here on the night. His first one is good. 9 for Zach Snow on the night. 28-20 here, just 50 seconds into this 3rd quarter. Snow cans both. Carterville got a win last night on the road at Chester, 52-41. They're trying to pick up their 25th win of the season here tonight at Harrisburg. As Stafford drives around to the right side with the dribble. Lestenberger on him. Stafford now top of the key to Davis. Brendan drives in, takes it to the hole. Hawkins right there with him. Shot no good, wouldn't go. And on his tippy toes, Amarion Adams gets the rebound for Carterville. Outlet for the Lions. Over to the corner right, Zach Snow thought about the three. Takes it around into the paint, lost the handle, ball's stripped away. Carterville's turnover, and Harrisburg turns it right back over. To Gully. Gully feeds it to Snow, little slip pass underneath. And Zach Snow gets the bucket. 12 in the game for Zach, and a timeout is called by the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Nice little run for the Lions coming out of the halftime break. And 31-20, Lions up 11. We'll be back here in 30 seconds on News Radio WJPF. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. Not really to happy to report this, but Harper Lustenberg comes out of the locker room in street clothes on crutches with that right ankle wrapped. And of course, he hit that little mid-range jumper there in the first quarter and went down and apparently twisted his ankle. So that'll be a story for the Lions as we go down. And as we said, when that occurred, Carterville's been very fortunate this year. Haven't really had to deal with any injuries so far during the season. Have been very, very healthy. So Harrisburg with the basketball here right in front of us. Here's Villette. Drives around with Lustenberger on him. Max stops him. Villette now feeds it to Hankins over to the right side. Driving in, here's Davis. Davis kicks it out. And Gage Thomas gets fouled. Maybe on Amarion Adams. Nope, they're going to get Colton Hawkins. It's going to be the second on Colton. He got a foul about 10 seconds into the game. And his second comes here with 5:51 remaining. Gage Thomas at the line. Thomas with 2 points on the night. And his free throws are way too strong. Gage, the 6'5" senior. Hankins checks out of the game. Here comes Quest Wetherington. So Gage Thomas, second free throw on the way. That one hit off the front of the rim, and Amarion Adams gets the rebound for the Carterville. So here comes Maddox Gully. Gully takes it into the front court, feeds Hawkins. Hawkins right top of the key, face-to-face with the defender. That was Brendan Davis. Hawkins pulls up, puts the shot up, well short, off the iron, caught a little bit of it. Gage Thomas gets the rebound for Harrisburg. Ball's on the floor, Amarion Adams just steals it away. Good job, and he scores. Amarion now with 8 in the game. His career high is 10. And he came in to replace Harper Lustenberger. Has been very, very good here. So 33-20, Lions have a 13-point lead, biggest lead of the game. Driving in, Villette, jumper, no good. Adams got the rebound. The ball was last touched by Amarion Adams. So it's going to stay with the Bulldogs. Harrisburg from baseline left. Need to hurry up and get it in, and they do. Under 5 to play here in the third quarter. Wetherington asks for the screen, gets it. Brings it back to the left side, reverses, spins, gets to the hole, reverse layup is good for Quest Wetherington. Nice little move for Wetherington. He's got 3. And so now Carterville leads it 33-22. Gully off the glass, the runner won't go. And the rebound is pulled down, and on the run is Grayson Stafford. Stafford had his pocket picked from behind, goes out of bounds. Zach Snow was the last one to touch it for Carterville. So Harrisburg's basketball. Baseline left. Davis. Bounce pass underneath. The short jumper, no good from Villette. And the putback from Gage Thomas as he got fouled. So Thomas is going to go to the line again. Adams just picked up his third personal. So now Gage Thomas, who missed 2 free throws moments ago, that one is good. It's his third point of the game. Thomas. 3 dribbles of the basketball. Shoots, no good. Adams gets the rebound. Quick outlet to Zach Snow. Zach takes it into the front court for the Lions. Gets it to Colton. Colton on the right side. Skims the baseline, kicks it to Gully. His shot from the corner, no good. And Wetherington the rebound for the Bulldogs. He takes it into the front court, almost got in trouble. And now he dribbles away from the trouble. Right here in front of us, Snow on him defensively. Over to the far side, that's Villette. Villette, left-hand dribble around the screen, brings it here to the left wing. Looking inside, good defense by Carterville. Good job by Marion Adams, and a 5-second call. Called the Bulldogs the 4th turnover of the quarter. And that is their 12th turnover of the game. So Carterville, a 10-point lead here. Maddox Gully on top. Hawkins over to Max. He's got a wide open 3. Good for Max Lustenberger. His first field goal of the game. He averages 7 points a game. It comes here at the 3:25 mark of the third quarter. Carterville up 13, 36-23. Wetherington here near side. Pulls out the dribble, drug the foot and traveled. So the 5th turnover of the quarter. So a chance, great opportunity here for the Lions to extend this 13-point lead. Shane Hawkins barking instructions in his squad. Lions take it into the front court. Maddox Gully over on the left wing. Feeds it down low. That's Hawkins. Max Lustenberger for 3. Ooh, off the mark, no good. Hawkins cleans it up, gets it to Amarion, who gets fouled. And Amarion can shoot some free throws now. After the foul, it's going to be Laban Phelps who picks up his 2nd. So Amarion, who's got 8 on the night, and his first free throw is no good. Little too strong. Here's the 2nd. Zach Snow saying just calm down at the free throw line. There's the 2nd one, no good. And the Bulldogs grab the board. So 36-23. Bulldogs trail by 13 with the ball. They feed the post. Gage Thomas tries to get the shot up. Colton Hawkins fouls from behind. Got him right on the elbow. Colton picks up his 3rd. So Gage Thomas again goes to the line. He's 2 of 4 tonight from the stripe. And he hits the first one. Aiden Hankins checks back in for the Bulldogs. Amarion Adams is going to get a breather as he goes to the bench. And Dante Wilson replaces Amarion. So Gage Thomas, 2nd free throw, no good. Colton Hawkins gets the board. So Carterville, 36-24. 2:35 left. Hawkins 3 is good. Colton, that's his first 3-pointer of the night, gives him 12 points, and we've got a timeout on the floor. 2:31 remaining here in the third quarter. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. And we'll be back here on News Radio WJPF. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Ralph's Small Engine, Highway 51 south of Beltville. The demo unit sale is going on right now, where you can save thousands on remaining commercial demo units while supplies last. Bulldogs have the ball coming out of the timeout. They trail by 15, 39-24. Dave McKenzie with you this evening, flying solo. Carterville gets a steal. Maddox going the other way. The shot won't go, but he can go to the free throw line for Carterville. Nash Villette picks up his first personal. 3 Bulldogs with 3 fouls. Stafford and Hankins as Maddox Gully goes to the line. First one is good. That's got to feel good for Maddox. Quiet night for Maddox, who comes into the game averaging 12 a game. That was his 3rd point. His first made field goal. Free throw of the night. He can't get the second one, though. Gage Thomas gets the rebound for Harrisburg. Weatherington with snow on him defensively. Breaks the timeline. Brings it into the front court. Andy Fahrenbacher directing traffic far side. Gets it to Phelps. Phelps kicks it to the corner. On the curl is Villette. Off the glass, no. Dante Wilson high for the rebound for Carterville. Zach Snow the other way for the Lions. Finds Hawkins, he stutter steps, takes it to the paint, skips it down low. What a nice feed from Johnny Miller. To Johnny Miller, rather. Beautiful play and a nice assist from Hawkins. The ball's on the floor, Lions come away with it. Another turnover, outlet, 2-on-1. Snow finishes for the Lions, and a foul. That brings the Carterville fans to their feet behind us. The bucket's going to count. Quest Weatherington picks up the personal, his second, and Zach Snow has free throws coming, and we got a timeout here on the floor. With 1:33 remaining, a full timeout. Carterville up by 20, 44-24. Back in 60 here on News Radio WJPF. Coming out of the media or the timeout, Zach Snow shooting his and one, and the free throw is good for the Lions. 15 in the game for Zach Snow, and he's the leading scorer in this contest. So 45-24. Lions the 21-point lead. Good third quarter for the Lions. Another turnover. Lions have cranked up the defense. Gage Thomas hits the floor, and Bulldogs take it to the glass. Short-armed on the runner from Weatherington, and here comes Maddox Gully for the Lions. He takes it into the front court. Hawkins tees it up for three. Good for Colton Hawkins. 15 for Colton. Under a minute to play. 48-24. 24-point lead for Carterville. Right side. for the Bulldogs. As Ballette dribbles out, 45 seconds remaining. They bring it near side here to Davis. Davis with the left-hand dribble to the left wing. Looks for some help, finds the cutter. That's Ballette. They get it back to Davis. To the corner, Wetherington's three, no good. Zach Snow battles for the rebound and a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to keep it with the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Grayson Stafford comes into the game now for Nash Villette. So Bulldogs basketball, 30 seconds remaining here in third quarter. 48-24. Between the lane dribble for Stafford. Stafford reverses, right side, they feed the post. Gage Thomas trying to get to the glass. Snow cuts him off, good job. Ball into the backcourt and a turnover. Harrisburg saying the ball was touched by Carterville, but the officials say no. Anson Anderson comes into the game for Carterville to replace Johnny Miller. So Carterville can hold for the final shots with 12 seconds remaining. Here comes Gully. Gully to the right side. 7 on the clock. 5 on the clock. Gully at the elbow. Looks for Hawkins. Hawkins to Anson Anderson for 3. That's exactly what they wanted. Played perfectly by the Carterville Lions. And a great job setting that up as Anson Anderson, the three-point specialist, hits the 3 to close out the quarter. 51-24 Carterville. They lead the Harrisburg Bulldogs. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on News Radio WJPF. What a good third quarter for the Carterville Lions. They lead at 51-24. They scored 26 third quarter points. And that's kind of opened this up for the Lions here in this third quarter. Carterville with the basketball. Coming out of the quarter break. Hawkins, baseline drive, skips it to the corner. Zach Snow has it open. 3 good for Zach Snow. The shooting's much better for the Lions here in the second half. And they have blown this game wide open, a 30-point lead over the Harrisburg Bulldogs. And the defense has been what has started this for the Lions, as a foul is going to be called on Colton Hawkins. Colton is going to have his 4th foul. Oh, they call it on Anson Anderson, which is good. That's his first. Johnny Miller comes into the game. Here comes Jack Dodson into the game, replacing Maddox Gully. 30-point lead, so the clock rolls. We're going to have a rolling clock here with the 30-point lead. And so now Shane Hawkins can get his subs into the game. Will Brzezinski on the floor, Johnny Miller on the floor, Zach Snow, the only starter remaining. He'll come out at the next timeout as Cameron Gibbs tucks in the jersey on the far sideline, getting ready to check in. 6.5 remaining. This conference game, Hankins launches the 3. That was well short. Wetherington puts it up, reverses, no good. Will Brzezinski grabs the ball out of midair for the Lions. Here comes Jack Dodson to Miller. Now to Zach. Zach over on the far side on the wing. Shane Hawkins jumping up and down on the far sideline. Dodson now to Miller. Miller looks inside, bumps his way toward the elbow, finds Anson Anderson, and now Brzezinski. Back around top to Dodson, to Zach. Feeds the high post. That's Will, Scott Brzezinski's son, who Scott does the scorebook for the Lions. He's taking a break from the coaching so he can watch his son play. Here comes Snow, the runner, short, no good. Hankins the rebound for the Bulldogs. 5:45 remaining, and great job by Jack Dodson going out and intercepting the pass, tipping it out of bounds. Johnny Miller comes out. Zach Snow leaves the game with 18 on the night. Leading scorer here in the game to lead all scorers. Well deserved. Hankins over toward the right corner. Skips it here near side. 3, no good. Flashing in, grabbing the ball, flipping it behind the back. Anderson gets it. Here come the that gets it. If not, ball out of bounds. I've got 100 wires hooked up on my stuff here, and one comes unplugged, but we're good to go. So it's going to be Carterville basketball over on the far sideline. As the clock continues to roll, a running clock here in the fourth quarter. 4:24. Cam Ward drives in, cut off, forces the shot, no good. Rebound. Harrisburg put back, no good. Too strong. Cam Ward touched the basketball. He was the last to touch the basketball. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Stephen Rich's Barber Styling. Men, women, and children offering cuts, styling, and perming. Walk-ins are welcome on South Division in Carterville. So here come the Lions. Jack Dodson to Will Greer. Over at the left side, Cam Gibbs. Cameron drives in, puts the shot up, no good. And the rebound is grabbed by Aiden Harrison for the Bulldogs with 3:40 remaining. Cam Ward's 3, good. And the bucket is going to count, and the foul is going to be on Cameron Gibbs. Cameron picks up the first, and Cam Ward. Actually, it was on Braden Ellers. My apologies. The 3 is good for Cam Ward. Coming out of the game is going to be Cameron Gibbs. Carter Woods comes into the game. So Cam Ward now, the 4-point play. The free throw short. And Brzezinski taps the ball. It stays with the Bulldogs. Weatherington now. Ward's 3 again. That's 8 in the game for Cam Ward. That makes it 54-30, a 24-point lead. Just 2:40 remaining. Carterville going to pick up their 25th win of the season. 3 from the right side, right corner. No good for Braden Ellers. Bulldogs get the rebound. Over to the far side. Down low, off the glass, and good for Max Davidson. Davidson has 4 tonight. 2:18 and ticking. 54-32. Down low. Carter Woods gets fouled and will have a couple of free throws. Davidson picks up his second for Harrisburg. So Carter coming to the free throw line. And that's his first miss from the line here this season. Cameron Gibbs comes back into the game, replacing Luke Greer, who heads to the sideline. And Carter Wood couldn't hit any. The runner by Quest Weatherington. 5 now for Weatherington with 1:20 remaining. Jack Dodson drives in. Right side, Brzezinski's 3. Off the mark, no good. Rebound is grabbed by Cam Ward for Harrisburg. Ticking our way down towards 60 seconds. Spin move by Cam Ward. quickly, Cam Ward, who's got 8 here in this quarter, he's at double-digit 10 for the Bulldogs. Gets another steal, takes it the other way. Ward tried, I don't know what he was doing, the layup or the dunk, he couldn't decide. And quickly, Jack Dodson to the hole. The runner for Dodson is good. And I believe that may be Jack Dodson's first points of the season for the Lions. I'd have to double check that with the clocks still running here. 56-36, 20-point lead for Carterville. Long range 3, straight away is good. That Case Thomas hit the 3-pointer. And a steal and a layup for Quest Weatherington. And the Bulldogs get another steal, and the shot is good for how about that? 13-point win, 56-43. But my goodness, what a run right there at the end of the game. As Case Thomas finishes with 5. And the Lions win it 56-43 to pick up their 25th win of the season. They are now 25-3 overall. Harrisburg 5-18 on the season. Lions win it 56-43. Post-game show is coming up. This is brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson and the city of Carterville, reminding you to drive carefully near the in-town construction zones. Use caution near North Division and Anderson Streets. They're near the fire department construction site. And look for water main replacement projects to continue. Be careful in those areas. That's from Mayor Brad Robinson and the city of Carterville. Lions win it tonight, 56-43 here at Harrisburg. Stay with us. Post-game shows coming up next on News Radio WJPF. Okay, sounds good. Thanks. Welcome back to Davenport Gymnasium. It's Dave McKenzie with you here, where the Carterville Lions get the win tonight, 56-43. And the Lions now pick up their 25th win of the season. They are 25-3 on the season. And we have just a disturbance of some type going on here. Not exactly sure what's going on, but you did pick that up as it was walking by our location here. at Davenport Gymnasium. Not exactly sure what is going on, but as we take a look around, I apologize for that. There was no control on that. Carterville, they really turned it on in the third quarter. They scored 26 third quarter points. Now Lions led at 17-9 at the end of the first quarter. They were up 25-20, a 5-point lead at halftime, but then they exploded for 26 points in the third quarter and led at 51-24. They get the running clock in the fourth quarter, and Harrisburg made nice little run there right at the end of the game. They had the subs in and good defense, and that's what made it a 13-point ball game as the Lions win at 56-43. Harrisburg now 5-18 on the season. Carterville 25-3 on the year. We're just down to the final 2 games remaining for the Carterville Lions. Coming up on Friday night, they're going to host the Massac County Patriots here or at home. And then next Tuesday, it'll be the final game of the season when Murfreesboro comes to town. But with the win tonight, the Lions have clinched at least a share of the conference title on the Ohio side of the River to River Conference. And that is an outstanding achievement for the Lions. And so, as a matter of fact, I want to see if we're getting any updates here tonight. After 3, Carbondale leads Murphy 26-23. That's a non-conference game tonight. And the Marion girls take care of Massac County 67-32 at the end of the third quarter. 56-43 is our score. We're going to go on and take a break here on our post-game show as we await Coach Shane Hawkins making his way to our broadcast location here on News Radio WJPF. Nah, we're good. We're good. Might as well go 2. Back here at Davenport Gymnasium, it's Dave McKenzie with you as Coach Shane Hawkins settles in here at our broadcast location here for our post-game show. The Lions get the win tonight over the Harrisburg Bulldogs, 56-43. Coach joining us here. Coach, congratulations on the win. And what was really nice was to see there was that 26-point third quarter for the Carterville Lions kind of found their shot there.
Yeah, thank goodness. Holy
How
cow.
happy were you?
Golly. But, you know, here's what we've talked about, because we shot it so poorly for the last 4 games. You still got to do the other thing. You can't let your offense, you can't let the ability to make shots dictate whether you rebound and defend. And if you're shooting the right shots, and for the most part we're shooting the right shots, then they'll eventually go. But you can't let the lack of us making shots dictate what everything else happens. And I think what you've seen the last probably 3 or 4 games is we haven't shot it very well. And we've let that affect the way we've defended. We've let that affect the energy that we had defensively. We've let that affect the energy that we had rebounding. And that can't happen. And I get it. It's a hard lesson, especially for young players to learn. But you've got to be able to, no matter if you're really, really good or bad offensively, you can't let it dictate what you do defensively. And I think what happened is we saw the ball go in the hole a couple times. We got a couple baskets at the rim. We finally hit a couple threes, and it was like a sigh of relief for those guys. And then they played a little bit more free after that.
And you forced 8 third-quarter turnovers. Yeah. And that's really what jump-starts things. And that's what you're saying.
Yeah, we played harder. We got a basket, and then all of a sudden we played a little bit harder defensively, and then we're in the right spot. And then the pass that we probably should have stolen a couple times in the first half, we get in the second half because we're a little bit more engaged defensively because we've made baskets. And we got out in transition a little bit. We moved the ball. We were able to attack the basket. We got a couple 3-point plays, and then we got it spread out a little bit, and we were able to move the ball and get a couple threes.
How good was Zach Snow tonight, hitting the shots when you needed it?
Yeah, he was good. I mean, that's one thing. We just got to get him shots. I think what we've done the last couple nights is, I think he hit one last night, and we have an opportunity to swing it one more in a corner, and we don't pass it to him. And that's when you're not flowing well. That's the mistakes we make. That's the reads that we make wrong. And so it was. I mean, we made the right reads. We kept getting it to him when he was making shots, and it was good to see for him to get back on track again.
Something happened in tonight's game that we haven't had to deal with this year. And that's the fact, as I see Harper on the crutches. I know it's still early.
Right.
It looked like it was an ankle. But,
right.
And I didn't see exactly what happened. I looked down. And
he shot a jumper, and whether he jumped forward or the defender got under him, he was a little bit of there was contact. He come down on his foot. And, we'll get it taken care of. He'll go get X-ray on tomorrow, and hopefully we get good news. And we'll get him back as soon as possible, but we won't know anything until tomorrow. And, it's kind of like our guys were kind of messing with him. Hey, happy birthday.
Oh, is it his birthday?
Yeah, 16th birthday.
Did not realize that.
Yeah,
so he's not going to be driving home tonight.
No, he will not be driving home tonight. And, but, yeah, we haven't had to deal with much of that.
We've been so fortunate all year.
And the one thing that we've worried about the last probably 4 or 5 days is just the amount of sickness. Like our cheerleaders came back. They had 7 of their 16 cheerleaders at the game last night because the rest of them are sick. Yeah. And I think we sent like 7 or 8 or 9 kids home from school today with sickness. So we got to take care of our bodies, make sure we're getting rest and some water and Gatorade in us, and recover best we can and get ready for Friday night.
Coach, you got win number 25, but most importantly, it's conference win number 5.
Yeah, it gives us 5, and you gotta you win 1 and you at least get a share of it. You win 2, and it's all yours. And today was the 6th time in school history that we've gotten to 25 wins.
Really?
So I think it was 83, 03, 05, 15, and 23. I think were the years, but that was number 6, the 6th time that we've got to 25 wins, and I'm really happy for our guys. Really happy for our guys, and thought we had a really good third quarter. I wish we would have finished it off in the fourth quarter. And, there was not very good effort there in the fourth quarter, and we got to be able to finish it off. It doesn't matter who's on the floor, and but I thought we had a really good run, and we played with some enthusiasm there in the third quarter, and was able to extend it out.
Congratulations.
We'll take it. Thank you.
Coach Shane Hawkins joining us on our postgame. Lions are back in action Friday night when Massac County comes to town. Pregame coverage starts at 7:15. Postgame will start at 7:30. So the Lions win it tonight, 56-43, to improve to 25-3 on the year, 5-1 in conference play. Thank you for tuning in here on News Radio WJPF. Thank you to Brian, our pal, back at the studio. Appreciate your helping me tonight, buddy. And we will talk to you all Friday night as the Carterville Lions are back home for the final 2 games of the season starting Friday night. For Brian, our pal, I'm Dave McKenzie. Thank you for listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. God bless everybody. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. It must be. It's got to be. I'll dig into it. So that's on the agenda tomorrow. Thanks, pal. Talk to you later. Yes. Yeah, I've got a little bit of work to do here. Do you need to take that?